Hey YouTube. Ooh, my arm is like cracking. Sorry my video was frozen at the beginning, as usual. That's normally what I firstly say, if that is the case, which it was. So I'm here with a makeup tutorial, and this is going to feature the Jackie Aina palette on the eyes. So that's what we're going to do on the eyes, but let's go ahead and jump right into the face. My face is nice and cleansed and moisturized. And my hair is done. I'm just wearing my signature puff. Like, I don't really have the energy to do too much else to it, but I do plan to blow it out maybe the first week of September or something, so I can like not have to wash it for 2 weeks. But the wash and go is the easiest thing for me, and then I just put it in a puff and slick my edges and wear this hairstyle for a week. But let's go in and prime. I'm going to use the Cover FX mattifying primer with acne treatment. You guys know this is one of my favorite primers. I have been kind of on an anti-primer kick. I don't know, sometimes my foundations just work better without a primer, but I'm going to use this one today. Mostly for the smoothing and the acne treatment than the actual mattifying. I just find this to be very smoothing, and I love that it has salicylic acid in it to help fight acne, because y'all know that my skin has been doing really well, and I want to take any measures I can that I already have available to prevent acne breakouts, especially now that school is starting and I know that I'm going to be under a lot of stress. It's already been a little bit stressful, so actually it's been a lot of it stressful, but I've just learned how to handle stress well, being a Army Brat and then just going through this degree in general. It teaches you how to manage stress, and just being an educator, you have to know how to manage stress. So luckily it's not showing up in my physical, and I've been taking vitamins. Take your vitamins. Alright, so now that I'm primed, we're going to go in with the foundation. This is an oldie but a goodie. Today I'm going to be using the Revlon Color Stay for combination oily skin in 410 Cappuccino. Let's see how this does with my newly beautifully browned skin tone. Like, y'all can just see the difference right now between my face and my arm. Like, your girl is chocolate. For real. Even my chest got a little bit darker. But you can see my face is much lighter than my body. Which this is the first time I feel like in my life that my face has been this much lighter than my body. I might not wear SPF 100 next year. Alright, so I'm going to use a E.L.F small, an E.L.F concealer brush to dip into the foundation so I don't have to like pour it. And I'm just going to dot this onto my skin, and look, it's looking like it's going to be a perfect match for my face, but like I just said, my face is lighter than my body. I'm just going to dollop some of this all over, just so I don't have to pour it. Did I say this is in the shade 410 Cappuccino? I think I did, but just so you guys know, never hurts to repeat yourself. 410 Cappuccino. Alright, so I think that'll be enough. A little bit of this goes a long way. It has great coverage. It's a great formula, very long lasting. Love this foundation. I just don't use it a lot. Alright, so we've got the foundation on. We're going to blend this out with a brush. And the brush I'm going to use is going to be this BH Cosmetics 114. You guys know that I've been loving my BH Cosmetic brushes for blending out foundation, and just loving brushes in general compared to the Beauty Blender. So I'm just going to use this brush to blend this into the skin. Which it is flawlessly matching my face. But my face is so pale and ill. I don't even know if I can say that I'm pale. But technically my face really is pale. I mean, you just look at this already compared to my body, but you know, we don't get it right. We gonna get right. We have to get right for the Lord. It is Sunday morning, in case you're wondering. So this is the day before school starts. Sunday the 14th at 8:13 a.m. right now. I'm just getting ready for church. I've got my spice chai black tea next to me cooling down so that I can drink it. It's been my new favorite thing, that and Dunkin' Donuts caramel iced coffee has been my new favorite drink obsession. There we go. I'm just blending into the hairline a little bit just so that everything blends nice and seamlessly. And then I always like to go over my ears and make sure you get under your chin. You can see that gives a nice, beautiful finish. But of course, we need to set it. We need to set it. So I'm going to go in with a powder that I've been talking a lot about that makes your makeup last for eternity, and that would be the Coty Airspun powder. So I'm first going to go in with the Coty Airspun powder, and then over the top of that and on the perimeters of my face, I'm going to go in with a darker, more skin tone colored powder. So I have the Coty Airspun powder in the shade Translucent Extra Coverage. That's what most people use. And I'm just shaking it upside down to get some into the cap, and then I just flip it back over, and whatever's in the cap is normally what I use. This is very messy, just so you know. It's very messy. I don't know if y'all can see it like flying into the air right now. Luckily, it's the same color as my carpet because, like I said, it's very messy. I don't know if y'all can see the color of it. It's like a, nope, you can't. It's like a translucent beigeish color, and I can't say this enough. It is very messy. Like, powder will be all over the place, which, like I said, luckily it's the same color as my carpet. And I like to apply this using a damp beauty blender. So I have my beauty blender right here, and I pick up some of the powder and I just go in and tap it on. And I especially focus on the places where I get most oily. So right next to my nose, and where I don't want creasing. Basically the places I need my makeup not to sweat and melt off. Which for me happens right where I wear my sunglasses when I'm at band camp, on the sides of my nose. The forehead gets really shiny and oily. This stuff really is like amazing. I can use this with any foundation, even my foundations that aren't long lasting, like my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation is not long lasting on me. I don't think it's the best for oily skin, but when I use this powder on top, that thing lasts me through band camp, through teaching, through everything. And you want to apply this anywhere you have creasing. This will make sure that you don't crease. This makes sure that your makeup just stays forever. Like, I cannot stress that enough. And yes, it's going to look crazy and ashy at first, but like I said, we going to get right. You know, I don't ever go anywhere looking cray-cray, because this looks cray-cray. And I'm just going to do the sides of my mouth, too. A little bit. Alright, and you don't really need to let this bake, just saying. So I'm just going to go down the tip of my nose, the center of my nose. And on the tip, like so. And then with whatever's left over in the cap, I'll just put it back into the sifter, put the lid back on. Again, this is the Coty Airspun powder. Looks like this, loose face powder. And you don't need to let this bake. And I just take a fluffy brush. I'm just going to use the one I use to apply the foundation. And I'm going to go ahead and start to knock off the excess and blend this away. Because if you leave it on too long, then you'll definitely look extra ghostly. Because this stuff works like instantaneously. Which is why I'm saying you don't really need to bake with it. So I basically just apply it and then wipe it off almost right after. And you can see that my face is lighter in the places where I applied it, which is fine. Because we're going to go in with a darker face powder now. I feel like I want to put more on my nose though. So that my nose, the center of my nose, can be more like highlighted. Also, shout out to our Olympians of color doing their thing out there. Even the ones that aren't from America. I don't know. It just makes me happy to see people of color succeeding and just defying stereotypes and just exhibiting excellence of the highest type, which our Olympians are doing. So you go. Of course, the Simones, and there's another lady who's Brazilian that got made fun of in London. I think she's from London or something. I was reading about her earlier this morning. Um, and then, of course, the woman that, the shot put lady, which that video is amazing. Like, when they do it in the slow-mo, like, wow, like, I don't know. I don't have a TV, so I can't really watch the Olympics, but I see little things on Facebook. All right, so now, basically, this foundation is set in the high points of my face. I am going to leave my nose like this for a little bit. Let's go on to the rest of the face. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible powder in 800 Cocoa. This is one of my favorite powders from the drugstore. I also love the Black Radiant Soft Focus Finishing Powder in chocolate, but I ran out, or it's very low and it's like hard to get out. It's a hassle. I'm going to use the E.L.F. multi-purpose brush, this big fluffy one, to apply this to the other parts of my face. And I'm just going to press it in. I also love the CoverGirl powder, the matte one, the lasting matte powder, but I can't find it anywhere, like in stores. And the Black Radiance Soft Focus Finishing Powder is always sold out at Kmart. Like, they never have my shade. And then I think my Walmart stopped carrying like ethnic beauty products, which annoys the crap out of me because now I have to go. I don't know where I have to go to get Milani and Black Radiance products and Black Opal, because they used to have them in my local Walmart, but now they don't, which makes me sad. Alright, so I'm just going to use this fluffy brush to apply this powder, and I'm going to go ahead and knock off the powder that's on my nose. I'm also going to overlap the areas where I applied the Coty Airspun just a little bit, just so that everything blends together nicely, especially in the forehead, because I have a big forehead, so it doesn't really need to be highlighted. Normally, on an everyday basis, this is where I stop. I don't really contour or anything like that, but I kind of feel like adding a little bit of contour today, which is something I don't normally do. But yeah, I think this is the only powder I'm going to need today. You see how it's already looking better with my skin tone. It's still not as dark as my body, but it's definitely better. And if you see this light, it's from my blinds. So I'm trying to stay over here on this side, but the way I have my mirror set up, let's see, there we go. Hope it won't fall. And I'm just pressing this into the skin with this fluffy brush. Makes it nice and fast and easy. Alright, now that my skin is super matte, the foundation is super duper set with two very long lasting powders, we're going to go in and do a little bit of contouring and highlighting. So to contour today, I'm going to use my Cover FX powder because I know that's nice and dark, or I could use my NYX powder. I'm kind of on a drugstore kick, so we'll use the NYX powder. This is the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat powder in Deep Dark number 20, which looks like this. I don't know if it'll match my skin tone now. It was just it came off very cool and like kind of ashy gray on me, which is why I don't really use it. But let's go ahead and jump into contouring with this. So I'm going to use this Sephora Pro full coverage foundation brush number 66. You guys don't really see me use this often because it's very dense. That's kind of what I want to apply this powder. And I'm literally just going to chisel out the cheekbone. Hopefully y'all can see that. See how it's very like cool, ashy? I'm literally pressing this on. Into the hollows of my cheeks, and we'll do a little bit on the nose. Not too much. Like I said, it's very like gray, ashy. I'll put a little bit on the perimeter of my forehead, just a tiny bit, not a lot, because like I said, this is so ashy, cool tone gray that I don't like to put too much of it on my face because I can start to look very blah. So I'm just pressing a tiny bit on the perimeter of my face. I put a tiny bit on my nose. I'm kind of just going right along the hairline with it. Going onto the forehead of whatever's left over. And that's pretty much all I'm going to do with this color. I don't want to put too much more on my forehead. Alright, so now I'm going to take whatever airspun is left over and I'm just going to go in and kind of sharpen up this contour that we just put with whatever's left over on my sponge. Of course, one side always comes out better than the other. Today, that's my left side. I don't really want to add any more to it though. But I feel like I need to. Actually, let's use a little bit of the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible in Cocoa. So I'm just going to dip my beauty blender into that, rub it in there. Yeah, that worked just as well. And I'm just kind of cleaning up the contour and giving it the shape that I want. Okay. So now you guys can see that contour right there. It's nice and sharp. And I'm going to use whatever's left over on this beauty blender to go over the top part of it. Just to make sure everything is nice and well blended. This is still kind of baking a little bit. I want it to bake for a little bit. But you see that NYX Stay Matte Not Flat Powder is a great contour for women who are my complexion. I don't know what shade I am now. Like my MAC reference was an NW45, but I have really gotten deep. So I would say I'm probably in the NW50 range now. My body is, which I like for my face to match my body as best as I can, but it has been a struggle because most of my foundations really do fit the NW50 NC or NW45 NC50ish kind of tone. They do have golden undertones. But let's continue on. So I'm just gonna knock off the little bit of bake that we kind of did over here to sharpen up this contour. Just gonna kind of blend, of course. Blend, always blend. Gonna take the beauty blender again and just go over it completely, just to make sure there are no lines of demarcation. All right, let's move on to highlighter. To highlight today, I'm going to use the Jackie Aina J Glow palette. I was like, I had a highlighter in mind. I'm going to use the highlighter from the Jackie Aina J Glow palette. This was a limited edition collaboration between E.L.F Cosmetics and Jackie Aina, who is my favorite YouTuber. And I have yet to do a look, I don't think, with her palette. And this is the perfect, one of my go-to everyday school makeup looks. So this is the highlighter on the palette. I'm going to apply that to the face using my E.L.F small stipple brush. And one thing I like about this highlighter is that it's not too intense. It's perfect for everyday wear. It's very school work appropriate. So I'm going to apply this to the high points of my cheek. These lines are bothering me from my blinds. There's my alarm to wake up. Of course, I'm already up. I've been waking up early on Sundays for some odd reason. Like 2 hours before my alarm goes off. An hour, 2 hours before it goes off. Today was like an hour and 15 minutes. And I'm just going to apply that to my cheekbone. Oh, there we go. Now you can kind of see that highlight. That J Glow. J Glow. J Glow. J Glow. J Glow. So yeah. I'm just applying this in circular motions all over my cheekbone, really. Over the whole thing. I'm trying to see what I can do to get these lines to go away. Let's see what I can do. Oh. Let's see if I flip the blinds the other direction. What'll happen? Let's try that. Ugh. Okay, I feel like that's better. Yeah, that's better, right? Back to highlighting with the J Glow. Yes, that's definitely better. So I just flip the blinds up the other direction. Yeah, yours. Alright, so still highlighting. I'm going to the brow bone. Most of the time I just do highlight only. I don't even add blush. I definitely don't contour on a daily basis, but I'm feeling like going all out today, so. And do y'all see how matte my skin is? Like this foundation and that Airspun powder and the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible powder are all amazing for oily skin. My nose is running as usual. I'm also using this to highlight the brow bone and right above the brow area, just so that I can get that glow right there. You see how it's like on the cheekbone and then right above the brow. I just love the way that looks. I don't know who put me onto that. I can't remember what YouTuber, but I got that technique from YouTube. And once I saw that profile, like how your profile looks when it's highlighted right above the brow, that's when I started doing this. And ever since, I've been doing it. I just love the way that looks. I just think it's so great. And we're going to go down the bridge of the nose. Yeah, I really do love this little palette. It is perfect for every day. And my kids even compliment me. I've had male students compliment me on my highlight when I wear the J Glow. Which I think is hilarious. And when I ask them, how do you guys know about like highlight and contour and stuff? Because they always tell me when my makeup's on fleek. I'm like, my girlfriend's really into it. I'm like, oh, okay. So funny. They're hilarious. Like, Like, Miss Ishman, that highlight is on fleek, Miss Ishman. And I'll be like, how do you know what highlight is? I'm like, oh, my girlfriend's really into it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So funny to me. And then like another student, I have one student in particular, like she thinks a lot of things, but she doesn't always say them, which is probably a good habit to get into as a young lady, you know, especially if you're thinking, you know, things that aren't things you should say out loud. But she does this with everything, good things, bad things. And then she'll go, I've always wanted to say that to you, Miss Ishman. I've been thinking that all day. And I was like, why didn't you say it, dear? Can't tell you her name. So, Furpa. So funny. I'm like, girl, you can say whatever you want. You know, if you want to give me a compliment, you can tell me no matter. You don't have to be scared to, you know, compliment me or talk to me about makeup. She likes makeup too, so it's like, yeah, I'd love to chat with you about makeup, you know, when we're not talking about band stuff or, you know, during breaks and transitions and whatnot. We can talk about makeup stuff. So, because all the kids know that I worked at Sephora and blah, 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 and I love makeup, blah, 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 blah. So, but yeah, this glow is just so pretty. Do you see that? It's so pretty. I don't know what I'm wearing today, but I also might put some like on my clavicles. Put some on your sternum. Well, my sternum, because it's just very bony. Supposedly, the people at my school eat a lot of good food, and they said they're going to help me gain this weight I've been trying to gain. I don't know if you guys know, but I want to weigh 140 pounds. I currently weigh about 118, 117, which is what I weighed when I was 14 years old. And you know what? I will be 24 in December, so I've been the same weight essentially for 10 years. And I really want to be on that whole slim, thick life, but it's been a struggle. Don't get me wrong, like I love my body, I love the way it is. If I weren't the way I am, I wouldn't have the modeling opportunities that I've had and stuff, but at the same time, your girl just really wants some curves. And everybody's like, just have a baby. With who? With what husband? So that's obviously not a part of my plan. Continuing on though, I just got off on a rant. Let's do some blush. I'm going to use an oldie but a goodie. You'll see some throwbacks in this video. You see how my skin tone though is like flowing with my chest? Yes. I'm going to use this NYC Color Wheel Mosaic Face Powder, and this is in Pink Cheek Glow. You can see it's all broken up. I don't even know how long I've had this, but what I do know is that it's a beautiful blush color, and it does give like a nice glow to the cheeks, which goes perfectly with the whole Jade Glow palette and just summer glow and just my makeup in general. So we're going to apply this as blush, and I'm using a Coastal Scents brush to apply this to my cheeks. And this is also one of the few pale pinks that isn't super chalky on my skin. It just looks good. It's nice and subtle too, because the eyes are going to be a little boldish. I'm going to do a look that was inspired by Call Me Mo. If you know her, she's beautiful. Beautiful, dark-skinned woman. I thought that's her channel. Is it They Call Me Mo or Call Me Mo? But yeah. If I can remember, I will put her tutorial down below that I kind of remember off the top of my head what she did with this palette on her eyes. That's what I'm going to try and do. Kind of, sort of. It's inspired by the look that she did, though. It may not be exact, but it's definitely inspired by what she did. Alright. Now that I have on my blusher, see, it's just a nice hint of pink. My blusher. I'm going to put some more on the apples. Some more blusher. Do you like my British accent? Alright, so you have a highlight, a blusher, and a contour. That is all done. We are done with the skin. We can move on to the eyes, which I just spent a long time on the skin. That's the longest I've spent in a while. We can go on to I'm just organizing all my products so I can take a product picture after this for my Snapchat. I've been doing all my face of the days on Snapchat, just so you guys know. Let's do the brows real quick. I need my hand mirror. Because I already see that my brows are going to be different. I try to get my brows to look the same, but this usually does not work out that way. And I'm going for very thin brows today. Because I have naturally very thin brows. Now I'm using a dark brown pencil. Both these pencils are from Wet n Wild. And I'm filling in the brow. Yes, go through brows. They are surprisingly doing exactly what I want them to do. This one's a little bit darker than this one, that's okay. I always get a couple of hairs that like fall out as I'm doing my brows. Going back with the black on the tails. Back with the black. Hey, back with the black. I don't know why I have so much energy. Probably because I'm really well rested. I got a pretty good sleep last night. I had some crazy dreams. I've been having lots of crazy dreams lately. Don't know why. Kind of have an idea why, but anyways, yeah, I've been having crazy dreams. Real crazy dreams. And now I'm just brushing through the brows just to, blend everything together, really make sure everything is nice and soft, not too harsh. I do really miss my super thin, dark black brow. Kind of went back to that just a little bit. So those are the brows. I'm just going to take a fluffy powder brush and I'm just going to kind of go over them a little bit as I normally do. And I'm looking at the beginning parts just to make sure that they match. As much as possible. Which one is not matching the other as usual. Yeah, they're kind of matching. For the most part, kind of ish. Okay. I'm like almost happy with them. Almost. Let's try to be equal here. Alright, I can live with these brows. They're not exactly perfect, but you know, they're decent enough. Good enough. Alright. Let's go on to the eyes, which is what you're really here for. Probably. Because y'all have seen me do my face routine so many times. So, for the eyes, Jackie Aina J Glow palette all the way. Which we've already used on the face for our highlight and our glow. So I already know the look I'm going to do. So we're going to go in with the all over eyelid color, the base color, which is this shadow right here. Right there. The taupey color. And I'm just going to use a big fluffy brush to basically apply that all over. And of course I don't have my paper towel over here. It's okay. I'm going to apply the base color all over the lid. The taupey color. All over the lid. And a little bit into the crease. It's going to be our base. I normally don't do a base, but it's actually labeled base. Like there's a little plastic piece that comes in here, a little sheet protector cover thing. You know what I'm talking about. And it labels like each of the eyeshadows so that you know where to use them. But of course you don't have to follow that exactly, but I'm kind of going to be following that today. Alright, so the base is on. Now I'm just kind of blending. Next, we're going to go to the crease, and I'm actually going to use the color that she had labeled crease in the crease, and it is a beautiful brown color. It's actually one of my favorite crease colors of all time. It's this color right here. I'm going to take a little bit of that into the crease using another Coastal Scents brush. Just like the perfect chocolate brown for deeper skin. And I'm taking this right into the crease of my eye. This really is one of my go-to palettes for school. When I feel like doing a nice, soft school glam look, I go for this palette. If I feel like being super glam, I'll use the Shannix or the Carly Bible. But when I not want a soft glam, I use this palette. You see how that just defined the crease even more? It's adding definition to the eye. We're going to be coming back to this color because we're going to do another color on the lid. Just kind of want to get this part out of the way. This is going all in that crease. Windshield wiper motions. Like so. Alright, next we're going to go in with the lid color, and I'm going to use, I think the color that she has called Lid, and that is like the silvery color right here. We're going to put that all over the lid. Using this E.L.F. eyeshadow C brush. I'm just going to pack this onto my lid. a nice silver. Normally I like to do gold. Normally I'll use the same highlighter that's on my face on the lid. But today I feel like doing the silver. And this is somewhat of a shimmery shadow, but it's not super duper shimmery. Oh my gosh, when I die, I'm a legend. That song's stuck in my head. Alright, I'm doing patting and sweeping motions to get this onto my lid. Alright, once you get that on the lid, we're going to go into... Just making sure that's nice and even. We're going to go into the green shade, which is a shade I haven't used yet, which is this color right there. And in those looks, she uses to kind of smoke out the outer corner and like do a wing sort of thing. So I'm going to try and do that. So I'm going to mix the green and the brown into my crease and try and do a kind of cat eye-ish type look, mixing those two colors together on the outer corner. Now that I have the lid color down, so I'm going to alternate between the green and the brown in the outer crease area. Hopefully y'all can see that. And now that I'm looking at this look, I'm thinking a nice chocolate brown bold lip would look nice like this. Now, what am I gonna wear? I don't know yet. I didn't choose anything for Sundays. I have like clothes taken out for like the school week for teaching, but I don't have anything chosen for Sundays. And I don't want to wear anything on a Sunday that I might want to wear during the school week because I don't do laundry super duper often because I have a lot of clothes. And I hate like going and getting quarters, like because I live in an apartment, you know, you put the quarters in there, you know. It's just a process to do laundry, so if I can avoid it, I just try and hold out for as long as I can. So I'm just kind of going back and forth between the brown and the green, and I'm trying to create a little bit of a cat eye effect. Not anything too dramatic because I am going to church, but just a little bit, like that's good enough. So now I'm going to take some more of the brown and just keep on blending, keep on blending, keep on blending. Now I'm going to go in with some green and really just intensify that a little bit. Yes, this look is coming out how I want it to. Yes. Alright. So now I'm just gonna... How did I get blush on my kneecap? I have so much blush on my kneecap right now. What the heck? I wish I could show y'all how much blush. There you go. You see that? There's so much blush on my kneecap right now. I'm going to take a little bit of that taupe that we applied as a base color. I'm just going to softly blend out the edges right on the edges of this look with that taupey color. Just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. All right, yes. So now for the bottom lash line and the inner corner. That's all we have left. I'm going to highlight the inner corner first, and I'm going to use the highlighter that I used on my face. So it's going to be kind of a contrast because I have silver on the lid and I'm putting gold in the tear duct. I'm just using a Coastal Scent small brush that I normally use. If it's not super duper bright, that's okay, as long as it's there. Yes, I'm loving the way that this look came out. Yes, and we are going to do a wing liner. A small wing. Alright, next I'm going to apply the green shade kind of in the waterline. So I'm going to use this E.L.F small precision brush, and I'm going to take the green shadow, load it up, and I'm going to put this on the waterline. Which this green shade was labeled eyeliner, I believe, in this palette. And so it's kind of what I'm using it for right now, putting that in my waterline quite carefully. Try not to get it in my eye, but I always get a little bit of eyeshadow in my eye. Time for the other eye. And of course, it's not the best thing to pull in your eyes, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And this is gonna help to really make my eyes pop. And then, of course, we're going to blend the dark brown underneath that on the actual lash line, not in the waterline. And to that, I'm going to use the same brush I used to highlight the inner corner, just wiped off the gold. And we're just going to use that to blend out right underneath. I'm just going to focus this kind of on the outer half of the eye look. Actually, let's just take it all the way. Just applying that underneath to kind of blend it out, smoke it out a little bit. And next is eyeliner. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a brown lip with this because this look is coming out. It looks so nice. I really am loving it. I'm just going to add a little bit more green in the crease area. Alright, so we're done with eyeshadow. So that is my eye look, my eyeshadow look, and my highlight using the Jackie Aina J Glow palette. It's kind of a taupey green smoky eye. Super pretty. Love. Also, this can be very neutral looks, like you don't even have to use the green. Love this palette, honestly. I should have gotten more than one. Okay, so now for some eyeliner, I'm going to use the E.L.F. on the eyes. The E.L.F. Intense Ink eyeliner. To do a wing. And I'm not going to take it all the way in, kind of going halfway in. Oops. Okay, 2/3 the way in. Yeah, I'm really sad I can't find Milani products or Black Radiance or CoverGirl Clean anywhere near me that I know of. That makes me very sad. They just snatched it up from Walmart. Didn't tell nobody, didn't warn nobody. And like, I don't live in like a, oh gosh, I have hiccups, a white community, you know? There's plenty of black people that live in Rock Hill. So I'm confused as to why they snatched it up from the store. I'm high-key upset. So now I'm going in and starting the wing. And I'm starting by connecting it from the top. And then I'm going to take it down. You see that? So I'm starting by just extending the top still. And it kind of just magically creates a wing. There we go. Of course, they're a little bit different. This one just needs a skinny little flick of the wrist. There we go. So that's the wing. I'm getting better at doing my wings. Praise him. Now we need mascara, and the mascara I'm going to use is just going to be this Makeup Forever Smoky Extravagant Deluxe sample that I have. I've been using this in a lot of my tutorials lately, but you can use any mascara or liquid liner that you want. The E.L.F. one is $3 and it works really, really well. But we're just going to apply this to the upper and the lower lashes. Look at that look. It's so pretty. I love my eyes today. I'm going to take a bunch of selfies. Maybe a new profile picture. I've been itching for a new profile picture. But I think I want it to be from tomorrow, the first day of school. Me all dressed up and my intern name tag on. My Miss Ishman name tag. Okie doke. So we're just applying this mascara. Sorry I keep hitting the thing that my computer's on, just making it shaky. But do you see the lashes? This mascara is bomb. But yeah, now I was talking about being 24, how I've been the same weight for basically 10 years. Trying to figure out what do I really want to do for my 24th birthday. I'll be officially done with like everything I need to do for school too, unless I get sick and have to miss a day. So really, I can do pretty much anything. The 2 weeks before I graduate, I'm technically gonna have off from teaching. So I know I'm gonna go to Sephora. I'm gonna buy some makeup that I've always wanted. Yeah, so I'm gonna save up for that because there's some makeup that I've been wanting to try that I really, really want. Mostly foundations. that I plan to buy for my 21st birthday. Maybe a palette. We'll see what else comes out. I'm not really interested. I do want the Juvia's like Masquerade Ball, Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. That one is so pretty, and the colors in there are like screaming my name. Like there's great neutrals, and there's like greens and blues and purples, which those are my three favorite colors: green, then purple, then blue. So it just like speaks to me. I got a little bit of mascara on to the eyeshadow right there, which is bothering me, but do I really want to fix it? I mean, I have the time, might as well. I'm just applying mascara. I'm like all the way leaned up against my couch right now, which is why you can't really see me. So I just move the computer a little bit. I did my nails for the first week of school. Nice teacher color. It's called, I believe, Haze of Love. And it's from Wet n Wild. I thought it was going to come out more pinky, but it came out more like burgundy berry color. It's really pretty though. My youth is yours. Yes, for these eyes. Yes, I'm loving the way this eyeshadow came out. I'm so happy. Let me go ahead and fix my lid real quick. I'm just going to take this E.L.F. No, this is Coastal Scents little brush I use to highlight my inner corner. And I'm just going to take the silver shade and go right on that area where I accidentally got some mascara. So no one ever knows. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. All right. So those are the eyes. Last but not least, we have the lips. I feel like I need to put on a little bit more mascara. This one does kind of get a little clumpy. That's okay. Alright, so for the lips, let's do a nice brown color. Let me get my basket. Oh. Okay. Let's use, is this a brown color? I thought it's not going to come off brown. We're going to use from NYX this Intense Butter Gloss in Rocky Road. No, I don't like it with a brown lip now. I'm going to mix Rocky Road with I feel like I need a nude. We're going to mix in some of this Matte Beauty from Milani with this Rocky Road. To create a nude color. There we go. Yes. So this completes my look, featuring the Jackie Aina Jade Glow palette. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, which is super long, one of my longest in a while. But I enjoyed creating it. I'm going to finish my tea, get dressed, take selfies, and head on over to worship the Lord. Yes. So let me know what you think about this look. Let me know if you want to see more tutorials using this palette. I'm loving this look. I'm feeling myself. So yeah. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your support. See you in the next video. Bye, YouTube.